Leave me out the comments, leave me out the nonsense. Speaking out of context, people need some content. Trying to keep us, this not a contest. Whipping bands concept, heaven sent, God sent. At least that's what my mom says. Proof is in the progress, money's not an object. Busy than I'm. You know how my job get, barking up the wrong tree. You know how the dogs get, haven't fallen off yet. Come with a classic, they come around years later and say it's a sleeper. The earrings are real, the petty is real. Might charge my ex for a feature. Deposit the money to Brenda Letitia, or Linda Felicia. I didn't even.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
That was Skylar Cole singing the national anthem. A fantastic rendition.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that beat in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. Ay, what you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that beat in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. What you know about rolling?
And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me at the table, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And we've also got Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sidelines. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, guys. The modern NBA certainly owes a debt to those 7 seconds or less Phoenix Suns of the early 2000s. Steve Nash at the controls, Amari Stoudemire at the rim, and Shawn Marion doing some of everything. Most teams just couldn't keep up. And Kevin, it was clear they set the trend for the pace and space style that we see today.
So exciting to see. No doubt about it, David. Thanks. You can feel the excitement for the new season. And Greg, when you were playing, is there an opening day that really stands out in your mind?
Back in '95, I think it was, we started the season with back-to-back wins. And the team was feeling good. Then we promptly lost 21 straight.
Now Golden State's starting five. They've got G, Mr. Clutch out there with Mr. Perfect. Then it's the chosen one, and it's Curry in at the point guard. And for the Suns, Nash out there with Book. Then there's Marion. Then it Stoudemire. And it's Ayton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Baddest ones checked in for Stephen Curry. Here's baddest one. Golden State moving it around. Pass to Smooth from the arc. Second chance shot. Rebounded by Marion. And here's Nash. Stoudemire outside. Pass to Booker. Nash outside. Beyond the arc. That's tipped. Here's baddest one. Off target from outside. Now, Greg, a disappointing ending to the playoffs last season, certainly for the Phoenix Suns.
Well, came in the top seed in their conference only to make a second-round exit after a grueling Game 7. So this season might be revenge time for this group.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Here's Ayton. Plays it up and banks it in.
Just terrific at executing in the paint. Ayton has a nice array of shots to choose from.
Baddest one. Sinks the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Nash. Here's Stoudemire. And Smooth pulls it down. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. The offensive rebound. The chosen one gets the basket.
That's a blue-collar bucket right there. Grown man basket. Put in the work. Got a second chance to score.
Here's Nash. The Warriors pull it in.
Outstanding work to send him away. They sniffed that one out.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Marion dishes to Booker. With the fadeaway. That one doesn't drop.
Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
Passes it to the chosen one. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Nash outside. Ayton sets the pick for Nash. Down low. Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here. It's time now to look at the NBA's top shooting teams from a season ago. The Suns, number 1.
They were remarkable in terms of their efficiency on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, they did a great job of finding the open man and working for great looks. Really just an unselfish group. And you know what, call it great defense or a poor offense. Either way, they're limiting their score.
And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
In the league for sure. Moves without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year. Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Smooths checked in for Green. And baddest one subbed in for Stephen Curry. Paul passes to Ayton. To the middle. They need this. Stoudemire. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. This game against Phoenix here, it's the first look at the Suns.
And we saw how competitive and entertaining the season series was between these two terrific teams last year.
It's always a marquee matchup on the schedule. I think it's going to be another fun set of games between them this year.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
One shot. At the line for one.
GA with their 4th title, the combination of Steph, Clay, and Draymond Green, the single most successful trio in the last half-century in the NBA.
And some would argue the best trio of all time. The most wins in the finals ever by a trio who've each made an all-NBA team. Stoudemire, just excellent timing on these alley-oops. It has that great connection with his teammates. Lob it up, and he'll take care of the rest.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Here's Paul, following the score by Golden State. And the pass to Bridges. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Shot clock at 3. Paul can't get it to go. Bridges with the steal. And that one's good, Ayton.
You got to give Aiden credit. This guy is solid at keeping his balance even with the contact.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pass to Mr. Perfect. There's the screen. Here's G. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Warriors shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. That free throw good from G. And G drops them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Paul looking over the floor. Bridges sets the screen for Paul. Here's Stoudemire. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Warriors lead by 2. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
How did you react, Richard, to the changes in rules in 2021, specifically those banning non-basketball moves?
I loved it because the game has gone so far offensively that it put the defenders in such a bad spot. And so now that you're allowing for the defenders to actually play defense now, I think it's great for the game.
And instead of tricking your way to the free throw line.
Yeah, because they were using that. It's not a foul. It's what they call. And let's turn what they call into actual fouls. So the referees cleaned it up perfectly.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. We've got Green. G is out there with Curry. Then it's Mr. Perfect. And it's the chosen one in at the 5 down low. Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Mr. Clutch comes in for Draymond Green. And baddest one subbed in for Curry. Here's baddest one. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now the Suns take it the other way. Now here's Paul. Booker at the elbow. Ayton trying to break free. No good from Booker. The Warriors leading. Here's Mr. Perfect. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Mikal Bridges picks one up.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Well, guys, look, the Phoenix Suns ended the regular season on a high note last year. They finished first in the Western Conference, a feat they hadn't accomplished in a bit of time.
First free throw is good. In 2004, the Phoenix Suns clinched the top spot in the Western Conference, and they're about ready to do it again.
Yeah, and that was the Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire days, and that was practically 2 decades ago. But the Suns have earned this top spot. They have been putting in the hard work with this young core and grinding out all these games.
Is that 7 seconds or less?
Yes, sir.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. It is hard to forget the crazy draft night for Bridges in 2018. Drafted 10th by his hometown Sixers, his mom was an employee with the team. But he was traded an hour later to Phoenix. He says, it was tough, but once I came here, I loved it. The group of guys we had, I knew I wanted to be here. And they are sure glad they got him, Kevin.
They are indeed, no doubt. D.A., thank you. And it's the Suns with the ball. The Warriors making the shot. Over to the wing. Knocked away. Out to the wing. Pass to baddest one. Hands it from downtown. Now it's a 7-point Warrior lead.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Ayton a screen. Marbury passes to Ayton. Here's baddest one. Another 3 for Golden State.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Phoenix, no good that time either.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Passes it to Izzo. Jacks up a 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Some changes for Phoenix. Saric comes in for Johnson. And it's Marion in for Bridges. Suns trail by 13. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Here's Booker, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And looking back to Devin Booker in that 28th overall.
What a steal. Plus, Book was the 4th guy taken from his own college. I think that put a giant chip on his shoulder, fueled Devin to the all-star he is today.
Free throw good, Booker. And from college to the pros, Richard, you played for some legendary coaches. And speaking of coaching, is that something you've ever entertained doing?
I never have, and I never will. Coaching, the amount of hours that you have to spend. Sounds exhausting. I love my job right now, and you know why I love my job? Because I get to work with you.
Oh, listen, the feeling's mutual.
The thing about Booker is he rarely has an off night. He's one of the most consistent shooters in the league. He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
And they go to the intentional. Foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
The Suns making a change here. Nash is checked in. Then for the Warriors, Green, he's checked in for Mr. Clutch, and Curry subbed in for baddest one. Free throw drops for Nash.
For so long, the Golden State Warriors were waiting to be back at full strength. But when one guy comes back, it seems like another goes down. The injury bug has been a real challenge for them.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Smooth's checked in for Draymond Green. Mr. Perfect comes in for Wiggins, and baddest one subbed in for Stephen Curry. Injuries, though, are an obstacle the Warriors, RJ, have met head-on.
Yeah, it's impressive how they've overcome those hurdles, insisting on still playing their best basketball, even when they're shorthanded.
And they've had a chance to develop some younger players when the older guys, the established players, were out.
Gotta use these opportunities because 5 minutes can go to 10, just like 10 minutes can go to 0.
Well said.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here is the 2K leaderboard with last season's top passing teams. 4th, the Suns. Number 5, the Warriors.
Both teams really good at passing the basketball. You look at the numbers from a season ago, very unselfish.
And he makes the first.
And talking about a franchise that has done a complete 180, look no further than the Phoenix Suns. Before 2021, they hadn't even been to the playoffs in 10 years.
Paul's checked in for Phoenix. And so he makes both from the line. In just 4 seasons, Phoenix, Greg, went from last in the conference to the best record in the entire NBA. It's been an unbelievable story.
And there's a lot of talent on this team, not to mention a great coach in Monty Williams. The future is bright for this franchise.
That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Stoudemire. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Warriors. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for the Warriors.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good, Stoudemire.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Now, here's Thompson. This one. For 3. Timeout called the Warriors.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Switch here. G's checked in. .41 seconds left in the second quarter. Suns trail by 11. Here's Paul, and with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Paul's got 5 now.
The wily vet Paul able to score down low.
Here's the pass to Battis. Here's Mr. Perfect, guarded by Marion. 5 on the clock. Here's Mr. Perfect. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Paul dishes to Stoudemire. Fires from 14. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Golden State Warriors in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, guys. With head coach Monty Williams. Coach, how do you get things going a little bit more offensively?
Well, we got to set screens and we got to get stops. If we're getting stops, we can play in transition. That opens up a lot for us.
Yeah, you guys are hard to beat when you're out and running. We'll see if that happens more. Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Hey folks, welcome to the halftime show. A lead right now in this one for the Golden State Warriors.
They've got the lead in large part because of their rebounding advantage. They came out like a bunch of junkyard dogs.
Whoa, I wouldn't want to play against that. Changing things up now, let's take a glance at the upcoming schedule.
And that game against the Nuggets, clash of the Titans. Going against the best team in the NBA, you have to minimize your turnovers, take good shots, and make big plays and big shots. That's a lot to ask, but that's what it's going to take.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Have to like what we're seeing from Battis one.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Not only does he have solid defensive instincts, he just plays extremely hard. And I know people might not realize this, but that is a skill, and it is very difficult for the opposition. It is a recipe for disaster.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Suns trail by 9.
And there's a lot you can say about Golden State's offensive abilities, but their defense is also razor sharp. They know how to control the flow of the game.
So with Paul on the bench, here's the group that Monty Williams has on the floor. Stoudemire out there with Ayton. Then and it's Nash. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's Marion in at the small forward. And some changes here for the Warriors. G comes in for Thompson, and Battis one subbed in for Curry. Warriors leading by 9, And some might go as far, Greg, is saying Golden State's defense is underrated.
It is kind of overlooked at times, and their shooting is so exceptional it hides everything else, like how they can dominate the glass defensively.
Now here's Nash. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
And the basket by Baddest One.
The backcourt today as good as it gets, and they've earned the green light every time they touch the ball.
Nash, the pass to Stoudemire. Over Smooth. And the Suns miss again.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Pass to the chosen one. Here's Baddest One. Sean Marion grabs the miss.
Well, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Booker outside. Ayton sets the pick for Booker. No good with the triple.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Baddest One misses.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Of course, the Warriors' offense stands out for its emphasis on ball movement. Coach Steve Kerr says if you get to touch the ball and be a part of the action, whether it's as an assist man, ball mover, shooter, dribbler, the more people who are involved in the offense, the more powerful it becomes. Kevin, strength in numbers indeed.
As has always been the case for his offense, the more the better, and it's worked for him. DA, thanks. And the first one drops. We've seen the Suns get back to being one of the league's elite passing teams, RJ.
That was the trademark of the Steve Nash era. And look, they've returned to a brand of team first basketball. It's allowed them to join the ranks of some of the top teams in this league.
Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Mr. Perfect. Timeout called the Warriors. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy. During the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
They get it back. Ayton, and it's blocked. Here's G, defended by Booker. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now, here's Ayton. He's got 6. Picked by Bridges. Marbury, good.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Here's G. He's got 9. Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession.
Here's a look at the stats for Devin Booker. Great showing for him last season. And he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And back to his points per game average last year. He literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. Fires the 3. The chosen one with the rebound. The chosen one's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Baddest One, and it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
And the jam by Stoudemire.
A guy with Marbury's vision is not going to miss that one, sending it right over the top to the shooter.
Baddest one misses.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And we've got a moment now to look at the highest scoring teams in the NBA from last season. The Suns 5th.
I just loved how this team attacked their opponents. You could see their confidence grow as the year went on and the points really started to pile up.
The first one falls. Some changes for Phoenix. Sharge checked in for 8. Johnson comes in for Amari Stoudemire. And Paul subbed in for Booker. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for the Warriors. Curry comes in for baddest one. And the Warriors with some changes. G's checked in for Klay Thompson. And baddest one subbed in for Stephen Curry. Timeout called the Warriors. So he gets them both. Warriors leading by 7. Pass to G. And then G with the jam.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Paul, following the score by Golden State. Johnson finds Paul. Tries the spin move. Got a piece of it.
And they continue to control the glass.
Izzo, the pass to Smooth. From deep. The chosen one. It's good on the putback. And it's an 11-point Warrior lead.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard. And I love it.
I'm stuck in a dream. Started here, this back in 2014. I got a